Okay, today we're going to take a look at a fourth quality Bucky. A lot of people ask, what does that mean? Well, this is a Bucky Skeleton made by Anatomical Chart Company. And fourth quality just means it's a lesser version of a first quality, which means you could not use it for medical demonstration. It's probably good for lower level education, but you certainly wouldn't do it as a medical reference tool. Typically it's made with inferior materials, meaning a product called regrind, which is something basically left over. They sweep the parts up off the floor, grind them together, and put in about 10% virgin material, and then they make the part. And of course it's made with old molds, which means if you can see this line here, this outer line, that's called flash. You have a lot of flash on the bone, and you really don't care about all of these things I'll point out if you're going to be using this for other than medical purposes, but this is what makes it fourth quality. So there's a lot of flash all over the place. The parts are not clean. You see this ridge line here? It looks very untended. That's because it is. They don't care. Again, fourth quality is used for less than medical. Haunted industry, haunted attraction, spook houses, Hollywood, movies, you name it. You can put batting material on this thing and corpse it and make it like a dead guy. There's a million things you can do with it. You don't need it to be medical quality. So here are some of the problems with fourth quality. You can see here, just looking at the skull, there's at least three colors of material cast in different parts at different times that all went together. Usually they're misshapen. The top does not usually ever fit that well. Normally it's cocked off to the side, and that's okay. This is bound in shipping with a piece of twine, and it basically holds all this together. Sometimes when you pop that off, all this falls apart because this piece of cast has not been mated to this piece of cast properly, and the glue is not done right, or it doesn't stick, it doesn't bind, falls apart. So what? You can fix it if you're going to make it into a prop. Moving on down here, you can see this piece of this upper rib here is broken, and typically that happens in shipping, or they just don't put it together so well. So final assembly of all the parts, lesser quality is what makes it fourth quality. And here you can move down here. This is not atypical. You see how that's broken? It doesn't matter, you can epoxy it back together. On a larger view, you can tell this rib cage is offset. It's crooked. First of all, it's depressed in a little bit, and it's shifted to the left. That's what happens when they either put it together when the parts are warm, or the parts came out of the mold crooked. They don't care how they go together. It's a fourth quality. Okay, moving on down. Missing parts or hardware. This is very typical. This mounting part that holds the two pieces of the pelvis together, this is a particularly bad example because it's just missing the screw. But typically when this goes, and all this is apart, you have to put it together with a screw. Same thing here. This little part that attaches the sacrum to the pelvis, it's pulled through because it's a fragile part there. It's generally ripped through there, and you have to come in with a sheetrock screw or something, bind it from the back. Let's see, flipping her over here. Here's a part that's missing. This is this nerve part just slips in there, and again, you don't care, but it's missing. You can never sell it for first quality. And of course, looking down the spine in a larger view, you have 1, 2, and then 3 colors of material. So there's no blend there, no consistency. Let's see. Moving on down, missing hardware parts. We'll move down to the legs. This is particularly vulnerable. That's not a very strong connection. In a medical model, you don't handle it that much, but in a Halloween prop, there's a lot of weight that's carried on this joint, so it's very vulnerable to damage, and sometimes it's missing completely. Moving on down, there you see your foot's a couple different colors. Who cares? It's fourth quality. This is what fourth quality most likely is known for, or most often. You see the tibia, the small bone on the outside here, is bent. It's warped. A lot of the bones you see in the fourth quality will be warped. They'll be warped beyond a natural state. This could be turned in, this could be turned out, and you just take a heat gun. If you really care about it being right, heat it up, fix it, you're good to go. Otherwise, typical fourth quality Bucky. This one looks pretty good. It has the damage is not uncommon to fourth quality. Other than that, What do you expect? You didn't pay much for it. You got yourself a great skeleton. 4th quality Bucky.